Well, we're still at Fob Shank, and it's looking like we're not going to be able to get out some of the more remote outposts. Unfortunately, those plans look to have fallen through, so we are spending the day at Fob Shank. So what I'm going to do right now is kind of wander around the base and see if I can't get a soldier to sit down and chat with me a little bit about his experiences. Day 34 starts right now.
From Edinburgh, Texas. My dad's still down there. My wife and I currently live in Vicenza, Italy. I have 2 sons, 2 daughters. I've been in Italy for 8 years now. Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty nice. I like it.
Nice deal.
Yeah.
And how is your family coping with your deployment?
I don't really tell the wife exactly everything I do. So I mean, I talk to her when I get a chance to talk to her. You know, let her know, hey, I'm here, I'm doing all right. I don't tell her I'm going out on RCPs, you know, finding IDs or anything like that, because it just makes her worry more. But she understands the job that I do, and you know, she supports me, and that's the main thing. So deployment is just another part of your job, you know. I mean, yeah, you have to deploy because the unit that you're with is deploying, but you know, again, you leave your family, and then it's something that, you know, you and your spouse, if you're married, you know, have to come to an understanding, and you know, your spouse understands that you're going to deploy and you're going to be away for either 6 months to a year. The last deployment was 15 months. So I mean, as long as you have a strong marriage and you know, she basically understands, or he understands, you know, you're pretty much straight, you know, as long as you get the support you need. As far as the ANA, I haven't really worked with them a lot, but what I have seen is that every time we go somewhere, you know, if something happens, they put out information quick. You know, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why we're here, you know, we're trying to make the roads safer. I speak about the roads safer because I do, you know, route clearance. So anytime something happens, you know, an IED goes off or we find an IED, it's usually the Afghan police that's with us, or the Afghan National Army that's with us, and they're the ones that are out there, you know, letting the people know what we're doing, trying to make the road safer for them.
And how many times have you come across IEDs in your tour here?
8 times.
8 times?
8 times.
And have you got them before they've gone off?
No.
No?
No.
How many have gone off?
8.
All 8 of them?
Yes.
And what were you traveling?
I was in an RG-31 with mine rollers, and the first couple, we got hit twice on one day, and then on the way back out we got twice again, and then multiple convoys that I've been on, you know, so.
And does it make you worried? I mean, do you get scared when you head out there?
It makes me worried for the guys that aren't in the MRAP, because I mean, if I'm in the MRAP and I'm hitting these IEDs, I know the guys that are out there that aren't driving MRAPs, you know, they're doing the same thing, and the MRAP, you know, provides us the protection we need, you know, to where you're driving around in a Humvee and you're not protected, you know, you don't get the same, it's not the same.
Yeah. And do you think, you know, when you think about like the time you were here before, you said there was more IED action now. Were you doing similar work when you were here in 0506?
No, actually as an engineer, I was in an infantry battalion, in an infantry company. I had a sapper squad. So we'd go out with the infantry guys doing basic infantry skills. We'd go out, you know, go into an objective, you know, do the same thing the infantry guys did. If we did find explosives, we'd destroy it. And I think 05, 06, I only saw 2 IEDs, and one of them actually killed 4 of my friends.
How has that affected you in your mission now that you're back in Afghanistan?
Well, the mission right now is to find the IEDs before, you know, that other person does, and that's our mission. As RCP, we go out there, we clear the roads, make sure the roads are safe, whether we find the IED or, you know, we find it the hard way, which is actually going off on us. You know, I mean, it's the way I see it. It's better if we hit the IED and destroy the vehicle that's, you know, $500,000, but everybody walks away from the vehicle. And it's better that we find it before somebody else does.
Now, do you know how important your work is?
Oh yeah, yeah. For every IED that we find, and we found at least 80 IEDs so far since we've been here. That's all together, and it's just not just the RCPs that I roll with. You know, for every IED we find, that's at least, if you think about it, that's 5 people per vehicle that you save. You know, so 400 people out of 80 IEDs. Oh, I love them. I mean, they're hard workers. They're good friends to you once you get to know somebody. You know, you make that bond, and you know, you can. It's the language barriers there, obviously, because you know they don't speak English, and some of them do, which is great. So the Afghan people, to me, I mean, they're some of the nicest people you can meet, and then again, you know, there's some of the meanest people, you know. So. I take them, I fly them into Kabul or, you know, somewhere else to actually just come see. You know, I can say, hey, this is where Dad was at 10 years ago. You know, it was totally different then.
You think that day's gonna come?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Feliciano Gomez's story is not all that different from many of the seasoned soldiers in Afghanistan. He has a few deployments under his belt, seen his fair share of IEDs, and lost friends. He also knows his mission, the impact it has, and the difference he's making on the ground. Now tomorrow is the last day of the project. Join us, and I'll take you through some of our most memorable experiences.